wonderful people at the Taito Corporation.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, and we're not sponsored by them. They're giving us Hit the Ice here with this Hat-Trix playthrough.
Yeah, I don't think you're giving them the full credit, though, because it's VHL, the Video Hockey League is the full title. Hit the Ice, VHL.
Is that what you think? That's what the V is for? The Video
yeah,
Hockey
look
League,
under...
Is that what it said in the acronym?
Yeah, here we go, look.
Let's see.
Look under the logo. VHL.
The Video Hockey... Interesting.
It's really ambitious.
They made it like a whole new thing.
Yeah. Have you played this game? It's not exactly one that's on my radar.
No, I think I mentioned that I got the Egg Grip Mini, the Taito.
Yeah.
And when I was like kind of just seeing what would be on it, like this isn't I just started going down the Taito rabbit hole, and I did see this game pop up at a certain point. So I don't know. I think that's why I kind of mentioned it too.
Are you feeling a little co-op?
Yeah.
You know, I've been saying that, you know, it's something I say often, that there's just too much competition in the world, and sometimes you just need to get along and play against the computer and defeat the evil machines.
Well, I think this is a nice way too you can't do these for too many of the early hockey games, no? Like the co-op stuff?
Very few.
So I think it's just kind of cool that you can at least do that with this, some co-op on a Super Nintendo hockey game.
Yeah. Very American going on right now, despite the fact that I think some of these are Canadian teams. New York,
the LA,
Montreal, LA,
Yellows.
Chicago, Toronto, and maybe Minnesota.
Maybe.
You have a preference?
Let's go with I like the Sharks. I mentioned before I like the San Jose Sharks logo. So the thing is that there's no stats, so we don't even know, right?
No, there's no stats. No. So we'll go yellows, and then I like very nearly contrasting colors, so we'll go with the blues.
Okay. Wow, we're wearing sunglasses on our guy.
Wearing sunglasses. I mean, you know, LA Sun.
Al Gigliano.
Yeah.
Gigliano. And Wayne Greatman. It would suck if he was a terrible person.
Yeah. You know, it's like
Wayne was a terrible person.
It's like our son. His name is Wayne Greatman.
He's actually
It's like, well, thanks, Dad.
He's actually a jerk.
Clearly a fake Wayne Gretzky name, although Wayne Gretzky doesn't look like one of the Musketeers. But there we are. Okay, I'll be Wayne Greatman.
Okay,
so I mean. This has a history of being on the arcade. That's how I understand it.
Yeah.
With his very Pilot of the Wings ass fucking intro.
A totally unnecessary mode 7 just to scale up on a flat stadium.
So listen, you guys are going to be tasked with porting this arcade game to the Super Nintendo. Feel free to add some improvements. Like, all right,
throw some mode 7 and we'll call it a day.
You ever seen Pilot Wings? We're gonna do that and call it a day.
You know, and I think like right off the bat too, it's not laggy, but it is chuggy. You can tell like they've limited the frame rate, or not the frame rate. They've limited the frames of animation on the characters, so you can kind of tell already. But I would imagine that the arcade version is probably a lot quicker.
Let's put it this way: this is not Moon Crystal.
No, it ain't no Moon Crystal. Imagine if they did have I guess what's the closest in terms of hockey games? What is the most advanced for like the Super Nintendo? It's not Brett Hall.
No, it won't be Brett Hall. It might. I mean, there's probably an argument to be made that some of the NHL games have. I think they're glitched. Some of the NHL games have some really good animations to them, but at the same time, like there is also, you need to like. When you take the face off, right? It's 2 frames of animation. It's a stick in the face off dot and then like stick back, right? So like probably this has the sprites on this game are huge.
Yeah, the artwork is really well done.
Yeah,
but it's kind of unnecessarily big. Like this is supposed to be. You can tell that this is for the arcade, man. This is like we were mentioned. Like this is totally like an SNK feel, but it is Taito, but you can tell like it wants to be kind of in your face and get you a fight.
All right, let's go.
Wow,
Oh,
look how
wow.
friggin' close up that is. This looks great though.
It's like a Punch and Judy show, though. It's like,
Dude, he looks like a caveman.
I know.
That looked awesome.
Yeah, great. Now he's gonna score on us. Oh, what a glove save!
Okay, Gigliano. Pariachi, paisano, I do like the reflections in the ice.
Oh, the blue things. Yeah.
I do like that.
It has the It has a certain cartoony charm that I like to it. I will say, coming from having recently just played Blades of Steels.
Yeah.
This is slow.
It is. Isn't it funny how you can go into the, like, things progress?
Oh, that's for you. Cherry picking it in the net.
Do it.
Oh, what a goal.
Teamwork.
Yes, look at the Sallies too.
It's amazing how systems can progress, but it's like...
you're fighting.
What? The games still... the games just don't get better, though, sometimes, of course.
I know. I don't quite understand why he's fighting just because you scored. I guess that's...
He's jelly. He's jelly, bro.
I hate it. It's, I kind of like, you know, in terms of like the quote unquote story that the characters are telling, I kind of like the fact that these characters, what the hell just happened? That these characters are so huge that they can't glide.
He's brawling.
They just walk on their blades.
There's no skating. These guys weigh, they're 300 pounds of pure muscle, and they're just walking on this ice.
Oh my God, come on.
What? Dude,
oh.
Whoa. He hit the puck so hard. Dude went flying into the net.
It would appear.
A super shot.
It would appear.
Wow.
I feel like this is one of those moments where I regret not reading the manual.
I don't think...
Also, he was there for ages.
I know. The thing is...
It might be that there's an obvious way of doing this, although I do like the Mr. Magoo looking ref. Right, the
ref is terrified for his life. He is. Let's get this rebound. He's terrified. You can see it in the fear in his eyes. He's afraid to drop the puck on these.
Look at that. His stick was glowing again. Oh,
cross-checking.
He's black hole sunning.
Holy. Okay, come on, Gigliano. Oh, I thought that went in.
You can hook people when they're not.
Wow.
When they're on the puck. Oh my God. This also does have the yes.
So coming back into the other side of your area, it should not be taking this long. This is a very short rink. The same dude again.
I know.
Damn.
This does also have the Blades of Steel's goalie. Like you control the player and the goalie at the same time, which again has its pros and cons.
This ref is like, he's afraid for his life.
I will say, if they're going to be so slow, the goalie should control themselves.
I think so. It's too much. It's too much to think about. It works for Blades of Steel because it's fast, but with this, because it's so clunky, you're still trying to figure out where your other player is on the ice before you can actually start focusing on the goalie aspect of it.
The referee looks great. I wonder how graphically they implemented those shadows or the reflections, right? I wonder if they're part of the sprites.
They must have done something where they duplicated it. They did they flipped it, because look at the reflection. It's going over the lines. So
you can see when there's a conflict between when there's too many sprites on one, like see us blinking.
Yeah, it's breaking. But yeah, you can kind of see that it's not like a pure reflection. There's no transparency. They just kind of duplicated it, and it's overlapping on all the other artwork in the game.
It can't be this slow. It's got to be a little bit. It's got to be a little bit faster.
No,
I know it is, but it's for God's sake.
Man.
I
like it keeps going.
I think you can hit after. Taking a page out of Brett Hall. Like this Mr. Magoo looking motherfucker.
So it's funny because now you're on my side of things, where you're seeing what it's like to be on a losing losing, not streak, but just like losing in a hockey game.
I know. It's not. I don't really like it.
But the computer's always, it's always tough, man.
Man.
They're just going in.
Oh, great. Now I'm in a fight.
Do it! I do like the artwork on the fight, though. Look at that. The pixels are great.
Oh, I'm getting rocked. Oh, God. Oh, no.
There's no hit meter or anything. You're doing good on this one. You did good, man. You were blocking and docking.
I do like the goalie pose with his hand in his head. That's quite good. It shouldn't be that. Like, if this is in an arcade, right?
Yeah.
Are you putting your quarter in this machine? Like
I would have to see the arcade version. I would have to see the arcade
We do
version.
have the technology for that.
We do. I mean, we can just simply look it up on YouTube and see if someone put it up. But I mean, yeah, it's
like, look at that. He's got the puck.
I know. Look how long it's taking me to get back to the other side, though, too. Oh, damn! Do it! Yo, pass that, boy. Look, where are they?
I can't do anything. There it goes.
Man, nothing. Just stone cold block. Okay, here we go.
This game really does reward cherry picking. Like, here, pass it up. I was already halfway up there. Why is it so slow?
You know, why are we both doing figure skating?
Because the goalie
karate chopped twisted us.
All right, we're gonna employ a new third period strategy, which is to not let them score. I'm gonna stay back.
Okay.
Because my character is also controlling the goalie, it's impossible. There are so many sports games that take on this arcadey route, you know, that it feels weird that this is the speed is the hill they decided to die on for this port.
I am curious how, if it was a downgrade from the arcade, like if they had all the existing elements and they were just like, we got to adapt it, so they probably took things out, and it probably hurt the version for the Super Nintendo, maybe. Because this should be fast as hell, man. This should be like... SNK made a great baseball game.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. I have it on my PS4. I downloaded it digitally. It's like Major League whatever. Part 2. That game is fast as hell, man. And it has this same sort of artwork where it's these big dudes, angry men, just, you know, playing sports, and it's like, it is fast. Like, an inning lasts like a minute and 30 seconds because it just keeps going, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like this port is perhaps lacking, but I don't even know if.
But you really like Taito overall, right? Like, you think it's an underrated developer.
I do think, I think in the same way that SNK is kind of like underrated. Like, people who know them love them.
Yeah.
But SNK or Taito, they never got their day in the sun like they should have, man. Like, SNK deserved so much more from the people that brought us the Metal Slug games. They deserve to at least have a little bit more recognition in the Western world.
Yeah, well, for SNK, right? It's like you saw them in the arcade, and maybe you saw them at home, or like very few people actually knew.
It was rare, right?
Like I didn't know anyone who owned a Neo Geo.
No,
like $300 machines, you know.
No, I mean, I only played. I loved Aero Fighters 2.
Oh yeah.
From SNK, that was a big arcade game that I loved back in the day. I used to play quite a bit. Metal Slug, I used to play on the arcade. So I always thought of SNK as like just they only did stuff for arcade cabinets, and then, you know, the more I started to find out about them and learn about the Neo Geo and Neo Geo Pocket, it was like, by the time I found out there was, you know, their kind of time doing that stuff, it was over, right?
I always remember the SNK, the SNK arcade cabinets that were the multi arcades.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 games or whatever they were, with the distinctive red icons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's an octopus on the ice.
Oh wow! Look at that. That's so cool. Somebody got a Hat-Trix?
I don't know, but it pulled you. Oh, maybe.
That's like a Detroit thing, though, man.
I don't know. Did you see it grabbed you?
Why do they throw the octopus on the ice again? It is a Detroit thing, but I can't remember why specifically.
Yeah, there was some playoff game, I think. Oh, hit him in the face. Oh God. I don't. So like, I remember them. I remember the SNK games being like the adult games, as it were.
Yeah, man. It was like Sega before Sega even knew what they were doing. You know.
I loved. Oh man, another one.
I
like a lot of SNK games. I really like The Last Blade, which is a fighting game where you use weapons, like a 2D one.
Yep.
It kind of reminded me back in the day a little bit of Bushido Blade, not at all in the sort of like in the deliberateness of it. It felt like you couldn't mess about. You had to like plan when you were going to do your attacks and plan when you weren't going to do your attacks. But Taito, so I mean, like you also obviously have the new little arcade cab that you got, which looks great, by the way, and like people should definitely check that out. But I only know Taito really from like Bust a Move and IE Bubble Bobble.
Yeah, I think their main sort of...
Yo, this guy is just jamming the punch button.
He's got the energy. See, the thing is, though, it's not fair that you can have these fights without, like, not losing your energy. Yeah. You can just keep button mashing, but... yeah, dude, I mean, Taito... They have quite the library. They got quite the library of good beat-em-ups, which I did not know about.
Yeah.
Because I never associated them with that sort of genre. Like, I always thought that they were just puzzle games and a couple, like, you know, weird things here and there. I don't even know if I own, like, a Taito-made PlayStation 1 game. Right?
I feel like it just didn't get the same amount of play. There might be, like, a side-scrolling shooter that I might own, but I can't recall off the top of my head. I'll have to check my, my Excel spreadsheet and see if that's the case. But I do remember. I don't know who owns them now. Are they still independent?
I think they are.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they got a lot of.
I mean, with gems like Hit the Ice. I gotta say, I'm rather unimpressed by this title. Like, I remember renting.
I think it looks good, but it don't play all that well, man.
I remember renting this, and I remember.
All right, so you have history with this.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, I wouldn't describe it. It was like we rented it, right? Because it's like you rented the hockey games when you needed something to play. That was just how it works. Some people rented racing games, some people rented beat 'em ups.
Yeah,
I got the hockey games, and I seem to recall enjoying this much more than I do now. I think it was just like, well, you had the weekend. What are you going to do? You're going to have to play that game.
Yeah.
But like, there were tons of games that I rented again and again, like Saturday Night Slam Masters.
What is that?
Do you know that? Oh, no. It's an amazing wrestling game. When we don't do Hat-Trix, but we do our next wrestling podcast, Off the Top Rope.
Saturday Night Slam Masters.
It's a really great game.
All right.
Shows you how highly. So I think so highly of this game that I've left it, recommending a completely different game that I remember playing. This doesn't have the. It's an interesting experiment, but you can see why it has its severe limitations.
It's no hockey game. It's something else. It's just it's supposed to be a quick pick up and play, but I don't know if it's that enjoyable. It's clunky.
Think of all the other like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 sports games, NBA Jam.
Yeah, hell, that stuff's awesome.
Even Looney Tunes B-Ball, right?
Yeah,
like they're not great in some respects, but like they're fast, they're arcadey, right?
Yeah.
This seems to like take the idea of arcadey and go in the complete opposite direction.
I think with something like this, they probably people knew about it from the arcade, and it was like, now you can play it in your home, so they just put it out there, right?
Yeah.
But I like the artwork. I think it looks great, but clunky, man. I don't like that you can't see what's not going on the screen at all times. And I mean, going back to like as dated as and television stuff is.
You could see the whole ice.
At least they knew the basic thing, like the basic game design of like, let's just keep it all on the screen. And I think with this, it fails the most with that, right?
Well,
you can't see what's going on.
We'll have to check out the arcade version at some point, see whether or not it's and then
if it's quicker or moves better,
and then play probably the most famous, fast-paced arcade hockey game, the Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey. At some point, we'll have to get to that. Mm-hmm. We're always looking for suggestions about other hockey games that we may have missed out. So feel free to leave a comment on this video. Any other videos? Recommend what hockey games you remember and you think will be worth featuring on the channel.
Until next time,
take care.